What's going on, guys? Logan JYA Drykage back at it again for the first time in a while. We got the Drytrons cooking once more with the transaction rollback. And this is a very unique combo that I wanted to show you all. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you see how we do it. We're playing around both IMPERM and or Super Poly. So you're definitely going to want to be plugged in for this profile. If you love Drytron, be sure to smack that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see next on the channel. You know, we love our machine decks here. I know I betrayed Drytron for a little bit, being the orchestrator and all, but hey, we always come back home. Let's dive into this profile, folks. Let's get into it. All right, party people, you already know who it is. Drykage. We're going to rock on through the post-rollback Drytron profile. This is ready for PHNI. We're going to be taking out all those fire decks. We don't even care, and you're going to see why as we go through the list. Also, very important, we're playing around Super Poly and IMPERM with our main Alpha Zeta combo line, which I'll be demonstrating at the end of the video. So if you want to check that out, be sure to stick around for the whole thing. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below if you have any questions, and let's get into it. Alright, Drytron monsters, you already know the deal. We're starting things off with triple copies of Alpha, the best name in the deck. Second best name in the deck, triple copies of Zeta. We're doing triple Delta to draw one card. If it comes up, great. If not, no worries. We want to max out those names for consistency purposes. And then we're doing two Gamma. Gamma technically being the more suboptimal of the bunch, but they're all very, very strong. So it's a full brigade of names, the only one's not maxed out being the Gamma. Now for our fairy package, we've got the one copy of Choju, essential for your combos, you'll see why later. The one copy of Diviner to complement them all. And then our one copy of Orange Light. And then the new edition, Make Way for the homie Purple Light. Now listen, the reason why we're playing the Purple Light is for exactly what I said earlier. So we're capable of playing around both IMPERM and Super Poly with the Alpha Zeta line. If you talent your opponent's hand, see they have Super Poly, you're going to want to wrap things up this way. Now playing around IMPERM, this is what I mean is the 6th card drawn for turn IMPERM or a long held IMPERM is what this Purple Light is locked and loaded for. You will be searching both of them with your mainline combo, alright? So that's it for the fairy lineup. Moving on to our rituals, of course, got the big boy, Daddy Draconids, don't cut this guy. We say that every video. And then the GOAT, our mistress, triple copies of Cyber Angel Ben 10. You're only allowed to play this card in QCR, otherwise it's hard once per turn. Don't forget it. One copy of Natasha to steal the opponent's monsters. You already know the deal, win in time. And then Herald of Perfection is back in business for this build, all right? Now, we don't actually end on this in the regular end board. You'll see in the combos, but we do have access to it, and you'll see what I mean. Next, the one copy of the Chaos Max is a bit of a backup plan and a means of playing around Droll. Of course, if you already hard opened Ben 10, you can search this off of Alpha, and then if you get hit with the Droll, you don't really care because you can send your Medionis with your Moy Beta, add it back to hand, ritual summon off the Chaos Max, and you still have Dynamondo Chaos Lock. So that's basically a turn skip. Alright, spell cards, we got the one copy of Medionis Draconids, only one you need. Excuse me, Medionis Drytron. One copy of Dawn of the Herald to go with the Herald package. Triple copies of the Nova, triple copies of Emergency. Maxing out the good names. We're not playing the field spell to not playing to Droll, but our whole deck already plays into Droll Chiefy. So when you get Droll, try and hit him with the talents, all right? Prove to your opponent that you're more talented than they are. Have the talents in hand. Take a look at their hand. Flip them off by ripping out their most powerful card. End on Fuko Pass. Suck my ass. Moving on to more spells, we got triple copies of Forbidden Drop with the best going second board breaking cards you can play in Drytron, and we got some one of power cards in the form of Sacked by the Grave, as well as our beautiful friend Foolish Burial, which becomes any name that you need. Now, if you read the title or you've got half a brain, you already know what one of our main win cons is, and that's our rollback strategy. So I'm doing it with the Mayakashi. Of course, if you're playing Amor Factor Pain, you want to pair your rollback with your trap card, that being Thunder of Ruler. But in this situation, and I think generally speaking, I think going for the Mayakashi rollback combo is just a little bit better or more challenging for the opponent to stop. And if you're getting hand traps thrown at you, it's still very, very possible that you're able to resolve this combo compared to the Amor Factor Pain one, where if you're eating hand trap after hand trap, it's more challenging to actually get to your full end board. So having this as a powerful option to put through interruptions or obviously stack up with your Herald of Perfection locked and loaded with a ton of negates is what we're going for with this build. So that's everything for the main deck. We're going to slide on through the extra deck real quick. I'm going to keep it quick, guys. We got the one copy of Link Karibo, one copy of Sky Striker Ace Azalea. This one is important so you can pop your rollback targets if you accidentally draw into them. You know, because you totally have control over that, right? Oh man, I accidentally drew into this, I gotta pop it. Well, this is what you do in case you have either the Mayakashi or the rollback in hand. You can summon this, knock it off, not a big deal. It's also a machine, which means you can use it with Medionis to ritual summon. Actually, that might be a lie. I think the only target you have to do that with is Natasha. Moving on, one copy of Dynamondo we mentioned earlier, playing the Chaos Max. It's another way to Chaos Lock the opponent. The one copy of IP Masquerena, and her more expensive copy, the one Little Knight. Make sure you have at least one of each. And then the Boral Sword for closing out games, a lot better than Access Code and Drytron, because we know Drytron is Boral Sword plus Drytron name equals game. Access Code plus Drytron name does not equal game. Just remember that. It's basic math. Exceed Monsters, 2 copies of Moy Beta, that's all you need. I'm playing the 1 copy of Downward, might cut this, might change this for something else. Let me know in the future if you know what. It's good because obviously it's a support engine for the Zeus package, but there might be a better way to spend the slot, maybe more spell and trap removal, generic removal, a 2nd copy of IP, maybe the relinquished Anima, just to name a few things. The 1 copy of Fuko, don't cut this one. No, 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 you're going to keep that one in there because you're going to be getting drolled a lot, which means you need a backup plan, so have your Fuko locked and loaded, ready to go. The Beatrice Essential. This card's going to get banned someday because of what it does with our beautiful girl rollback, but I kid you not, Drytron is the best deck at summoning Beatrice, which means it's the best deck for rollback combos, which means, hey, yeah, we're going to play this card. All right, and then we've got our Big Daddy Zeus with his cousin Typhon, in case it comes up, you know. I said this in my ORCUST profile, usually summon this in a losing situation, but hey, if it can give you that chance of coming on back, yeah, we're going to want to take that chance. And then you got your copies of targets for Diviner. That's everything for the extra. Let's round things out with that side deck, baby. Triple copies of Droll because they're not in the main. We don't play hand traps in Drytron, generally speaking, so yeah, we're siding these. You got to be ready for your fire decks. You know, you drop this on them, it makes your chances of winning a heck of a lot higher. Triple copies of Lava Golem for build-a-board decks. Yeah, they build them, we break them. Lava Golem's one of the ways of doing that, and we really don't care about giving up the normal summon, especially when we're going second. Triple copies of Bell, offensive and defensive, dealing with your fire strategies as well as those nasty bestials, in case any of them are still hanging out. 1 copy of Lancia for those Banish Reliant decks. We've got a search target in Archetypal because it's a light fairy. You guys already know the deal. You know, ORCUST is a pretty good strategy, so you want to stay ready for them. We respect ORCUST here, okay? So we got the Lancia on the side for that. Spell cards, 2 copies of Thrust. It blanks in for any of your other really, really strong spells, or something like your Harpy's Feather Duster or your Evenly Matched, which are our primary targets in the side deck for the Thrust. And then rounding things out with the going first target for the Thrust, that being the Harpy's Feather Storm. Again, this is your fallback plan in case you get drolled. It's the same thing as Chaos Locking your opponent. You set up the Fuko, you put up the Feather Storm, and you're Bing chilling. Now that's everything for the profile, guys, but we're not done here yet. We are going to do a quick combo tutorial, so let's dive into that now. Alright homies, as promised, we are going to do the combo tutorial that plays around IMPERM and super polymerization. But before we dive into that, in case you didn't know, we still got the brand new ORCUST Embrace Horror Field Center for sale on the Logan JYA website. Link in the description down below. You can check that out, get your hands on this, or the original Medionis Dry Kage Field Center as well. We have a few of the second wave of those still available, so get your hands on those ASAP if you want to play with the greatest field centers of all time. All right, let's dive into the combo, folks. So we're going to start things off Alpha Pitch Zeta, and that is going to search you off your Ben 10. Zeta, pitch off Ben 10, grab Medionis, Ben 10 effect, we'll search off your Choju. Now we overlay our homeboys over here for our friend Moy Beta. Moy Beta effect is going to Foolish Burial Gamma from deck to grave. We're doing this pretty quick, so if you have any questions, always leave them in the comments down below. We go Medionis, detach off Moy Beta, doesn't matter which, summon back Ben 10. I'll use Medionis Reduce Add back here just to play around potential interruptions. We're going to Tribute Summon off for the Choju, use it and the Ben 10, chain blocking it with the Ben 10 to grab ourselves another copy of Ben 10, the Herald of Perfection, as well as the Dawn of the Herald. Now we can throw down that Dawn after this. We'll use that Ben 10 in hand, special summon it out like so. Go Ben 10 effect and Dawn. Dawn adds back Ben 10, and then Ben 10 searches your Herald of the Orange Light as your first hard interrupt. Moving on from here, we'll go Medionis effect, detach off of Moy Beta like so, use it to ritual summon out that Ben 10 that's Bing chilling in the graveyard. We'll overlay it with our Choju for the Beatrice. Now Beatrice will send your first of the 2 rollback targets like so. So we'll detach off that Ben 10. And I got a fact check here. Do we have it? Yes, we do. So I'm just going to send the Mayakashi trap first, and then we'll send the rollback of the other rollback target a little bit later, aka on the opponent's turn, because that Beatrice is going to be Bing chilling on the end board for sure. Next, we can use our Gamma in the graveyard, which is going to be the final fodder to fill up that end board. We'll tribute off that Ben 10 like so. Summon back itself and any other name. I'll just use Alpha. and then Ben 10's effect for the final time this turn will search off your purple light. Now this is important because I said specifically this end board plays around either Super Poly or IMPERM, and I'm talking about that 6th card Super Poly, because if you're playing against your opponent, they could very easily Beatrice you early, they could IMPERM your Beatrice earlier on and lock off that side of the combo. I mean, of course you have the perfection negated in that situation, but if they rip it as the 6th card, you will still have the purple light to stop it, which means your Beatrice resolves, your rollback combo resolves, and then you're able to tag back out for the perfection. Spoiler alert! Alright, you'll see how it's done in just a moment. So I'll take the Gamma as well as the Alpha, and I'll turn them up into a IP Masquerena on the top like so, and then the final step we're going to do is we're actually going to link off our perfection. We're still safe from Nibiru because we got that orange light being chilling right there, and we're going to go for our Dynamondo. Now take a look at what we have here. Let's do a quick little inventory. During the opponent's turn, after they draw in their draw phase, we can go use Beatrice's effect like so, and that's going to send the rollback itself. So we'll use rollback's effect, banishing it from the graveyard, targeting that Mayakashi trap, and resolving its effect so the opponent can't do any summons, alright? That is already pretty diabolical, but after we resolve that successfully, we can no longer be super polyed, which means we're going to take our Dynamondo, use its effect, tributing itself, to tag out for the perfection from the graveyard. Now, if we ended our board with the perfection on it, we would have 2 lights, which means with the turn player priority, the opponent could super poly us before resolving Beatrice, meaning the rollback play is basically useless. So that's why we do it in this way, to kind of dodge that scenario. And here we've got 2 Omni Negates off the perfection after the opponent is locked out thanks to the rollback and the Mayakashi trap. And we also have an IP that can tag out with our Beatrice into one of the most powerful flipping cards in the extra deck, that being our Little Knight, or even if you needed to or you had enough spells engraved, you could do Azalea as well. So either one works. That is the combo I've been gassing up, guys. I think it is pretty strong and solid, so give it a try if you're a Drytron enthusiast trying to rock and roll with this transaction rollback in the new format. You guys want to see more Drytron combos? I got more locked and loaded, so let me know in the comments down below. But that's everything for today. Logan JYA sign off. Have a great day. I'll see people later. Peace.